All right. Today, the mission is simple. We have to get rid of a Disney sidekick. We got Aladdin. We have Genie from Aladdin, Rafiki from Lion King, Tinkerbell from Peter Pan, and Mushu from Mulan. Okay, so this is how we do this. We're going to say who's safe first, and second and third, and then who we're going to get rid of. All right, so for me, first, safe has to be Genie. I mean, performance, this is the way I look at it. Performance, as far as the actual actor and performing is the character. What the character actually contributed, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So, for me, Genie comes off first. One of the most beloved characters. The performance is iconic, absolutely legendary, and really more of the star of the movie than Aladdin himself. Although there's a lot of sidekicks with Abu and the carpet, a lot of that's going on, but Genie's the big dog, and then Genie drives everything. Robin Williams' performance drives everything, and then just story-wise, the Genie drives everything. As far as without him, first of all, Aladdin probably wouldn't be alive, but also he'd just be, on the streets. There wouldn't be much of a story. So gotta go with Genie. Number 2, that's safe, is Rafiki. I think Rafiki, while the performance obviously isn't anywhere as strong as Genie's, and story-wise isn't as big, I still think what he does is very important and is still a very unique character. One of my favorites from the movie. But, he goes and he saves Simba. He has probably one of the most emotional parts of the movie when he reunites Simba with his father. And that leads to the whole, remember who you are and all that with Mufasa in the sky. Great scene. I like bit my cheek. But anyway, that's a great scene in the movie. And so, yeah, I have to say Rafiki's up there. Very memorable performance. Now it comes down to Tinkerbell and Mushu. And here is the problem. Mushu, iconic performance I wouldn't say iconic, but all-star performance by Eddie Murphy. Very memorable character, very funny. But didn't do much. Tinkerbell, very not my favorite performance per se. Like, a lot of people know the character. Obviously, Peter Pan goes back before Disney, but a lot of people know the character. But as far as as popular as the other three, not close. However, she had probably one of the toughest jobs. I mean, Genie, he had to deal with Aladdin and all that, but he's got magical powers that's beyond anybody could do, even though he's trapped. Tinkerbell, magical powers, but very small in stature. I mean, she's like 10% of an actual human. And not to mention, she's on an island with a bunch of boys. Not even just boys, grown men that refuse to be men and they want to stay boys. You got to deal with problematic Peter Pan. And so she's the only woman on this island, having to deal with all these boys, having to keep them in check and, at least be the moral guidance. She has to do all this without being the most intimidating, imposing figure. And that's tough to do. So as far as literally being a good sidekick, Mushu wasn't that great because he didn't do anything. Like, he was there for Mulan, but we all know he wasn't supposed to be the guardian. And he didn't really affect too much. Obviously, there's some things he did, but mostly he's just a good performance, a funny performance. He doesn't really drive the story for Mulan or really help out as much as Tinkerbell did. So that's where I'm caught up. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to have to just lean to my preference. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to go with Tinkerbell is safe. And I got to get rid of Mushu. I know. It's tough. Mushu's a very beloved character. But going off the criteria, I'm talking about, I just got to get rid of Mushu because we're talking about who's the best sidekick. We're talking about getting rid of a sidekick. Mushu's not a great sidekick. He's a funny character, but he's not a great sidekick. So that's where I'm going with. Go to the comment section. Let me know what you think. Share it around. Get the conversation started. Thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for listening.